Today, I'm going to give you a tour inside my shop. No, not really, because nobody's done any work. Today is June 13th, I think. It's a Friday afternoon. I'm playing hooky, taking some time off for work. I've earned it. I've got accrued time off. So I thought I would, since nobody else is doing any work, I thought I would come out here and clean some stuff up, like move these mounds of dirt and these mounds of dirt. And kind of hard to see from all the green stuff, but there's a very dark mound of gorgeous dirt over there that I'm going to move over toward our melon patch. And because the concrete guys had no idea what they were doing, they dug a big hole versus getting rid of the little mounds of dirt over there to allow the water to drain out. This has to be regraded, and my guy's not here. And that big pile of dirt has to be spread out. So everything that's not sandy color, like that, and the darker stuff, this has a lot of nutrients in it. And you can see from, you can see from all of the mulch. This whole area was a pine thicket, if you can look back at older videos. And that mound of dirt there, and there's a big pile of dirt underneath that. And then all of this stuff, all of that topsoil needs to be moved, and might as well put it to use, because we've got a lean-to going on that side beyond that wad of green and small lake. And then we've got a lean-to over here, gonna have a ramp over there. This will be the back side of the building. There's a pile of concrete where they washed out the truck. Gotta love that. But anything that is dark, has nutrients in it, all this sandy, muddy stuff on the lean-to sides will be covered with gravel, so it doesn't have to be anything more than it is. It's not pretty, and it texturally, when getting a little wind, texturally when it gets wet, it can get slick. So this is going to have about 3 inches worth of gravel, crushed concrete, whatever you want to call it, down here to park trailers and equipment on. So I'm just going to do some time lapse of me moving some stuff around on Holly. It's warm. If you go back a couple of videos, maybe I'll link this up here. We started clearing, actually I don't think I ever did a video for that, because we started clearing this area. Up here you can see the substation. Started clearing this area to put the shop in, and then the county said, no, the shop can't go in front of the house, and the house is going to be over there. So we had to move the shop back. You can see the concrete slab. So since we already had this spot cleared, we decided to use it for our vegetational stuff. Let me put these on so I don't have to hold on to them anymore. Now you can hear me better. Hearing protection. Let me see if I can find them. Well, somewhere back here. Maybe it's a little further this way. There are some orange flags and some sticks in the ground, and those represent cantaloupe and watermelon. But look how well the grass is done. We didn't plant any of this. We do have some sweet gums in there, and a big lump of green stuff down there. Where is it? Right there. That is beautyberry, which we've got everything by the creek. That whole field back there is full of them. Anyway, very excited about how much vegetation and grass-like substances that came up in this area. I'm not a big grass fan because then I have to mow it. I'm more of a marshy, flowery, invite the pollinators to help my garden be happier kind of plant person. But we didn't plant any of this. All of this came up voluntarily versus this is what it looked like before, right here. That area had trees and shade, and there was, nothing on the ground. There's no grass here. So giving some sunlight back here, ta-da, and disturbing the soil a little bit. So I did scrape this around and pull up, small tree roots and stuff. But it produced grass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dirt from over there. You can see Holly. She's got a nice behind She's a little gassy today. She's diesel. Ha ha ha. And I'm going to move the dirt here in front of that log pile. And you can see where I've already spread some of that dirt previously. I'm just going to bring some more over here and kind of mound it up, because I am that kind of, I don't want to say OCD, so people get offended by that, but since I am detail oriented, we may sieve through that at some point and get the big chunks out. So anyway, gonna move dirt over here. That's probably enough of me moving dirt for now. From there anyway. Gonna... All the little dark spots swimming around are tadpoles. Tadpoles, tadpoles, tadpoles. And I'm letting the water out of this thing down there. More and more tadpoles. Big ones and little ones. Some of them are swimming back upstream. Some are hanging out on the bottom. There's lots of them. This was the brilliant idea of my concrete guys, not mine. Concrete guys, to get water out of the larger area. They thought they'd dig a smaller hole over here, which just exacerbated the problems. It's been about 6 hours and things did not go as planned, but they were pretty close. I moved quite a bit of topsoil to this area. I did not count buckets because I distracted myself and would have lost track. But that's a fair amount of dirt, good looking dirt, topsoil with nutrients, vitamins, blah, 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 to grow stuff in. Now, yes, I was very proud of the grass that was here. And I left this area. There are watermelons and cantaloupes growing up there. Let's go look at the other spot where the dirt came from. One of the biggest challenges today was my secondary phone for recording time lapse. It's worked absolutely great up till today. I'm not sure what happened, but you know, y'all can only watch so much of that. Okay, so here's the east side of the slab. I got up all the big concrete remnant pieces and parts. Took those over and filled in a neighbor's hole. I worked on and removed topsoil from a couple of piles from up there. Got a big chunk taken out of that. And focused some effort on getting the water out of here. And there was a big hole right here. I had lots and lots of tadpoles. Unfortunately, most of them probably did not survive. I backfilled that. Don't think I did much up there. I significantly reduced the amount of water in this hole. I tried to do time lapse of me working in this area. It did not go as planned, but I brought this dirt down. I spread this dirt out. There were quite a few hills and humps, and drug that up the hill. There were a couple of low spots, and again, it's a trench, except this time I used a bigger tool to drain the water out. So a little bit of what's left probably can be filled in with that stuff over there, but the elevation change, I would be coming downhill and be nose diving into the dirt and then push it over. And, you know, I've paid somebody to do that work. I'm just waiting for them to do it. So we've got rain coming in back there. Sun is going down. I'm hot and tired. I think I'm going to call it a day. I've disturbed enough critters. Lizards and tadpoles and eastern black lobbers with yellow stripes today. So I'm going to pack this up and head to the house. Oh, lens flare. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.